There is an actual blood cult on YouTube, a cult that believes in the end of the world and that the offering of blood is needed to transcend. It's not even a particularly well-hidden channel. In just a few minutes of snooping around, you are guaranteed to run into it. This is exactly what happened to my brother, Jorge, and our lives have become a nightmare because of it. I was 2 years older than him, and as his older sister, I looked after him all my life. Jorge was always a quiet kid, kept mostly to himself, to his video games and collectible card games, the magical type. We lived with a disabled mom who worked from home. My brother was always emotionally detached, maybe even troubled. When he was young, we caught him hitting a dog with a stick, so I was always worried that he was a bit sadistic. Whatever urges he had was reinforced when he visited this channel on YouTube. There is a guy on YouTube who claims to be Satan himself, and he promised people salvation in return for blood. One night, I walked in on my brother, moaning in pain. I peeked through the door of his room and I saw what he has done. It horrified me. He took a large pin from his board and punctured his hand over and over and over. They bled out and blood drops were everywhere. There was a small pool of blood on his desk, and he was using it to write on a small notebook. There were satanic symbols inscribed in ink, and under them were stains of brown dried blood, as if he had to input blood under each symbol. It was disgusting, frightening, and it got me very worried about my own safety and my brother's sanity.
"What are you doing here?"
he said behind me. I was startled. He was pointing at me with a finger that was bleeding behind a white bandage.
"Don't you ever touch my stuff again or it will be your blood in that notebook,"
he said. I quickly left the room, terrified. I saw my mom in the living room, watching TV. She asked me what was wrong and why I looked like I've just seen a ghost. I figured it was too dangerous to tell her anything while my brother was in the house. The closest neighbor is a good 15-minute walk away, so if he freaks out, it's gonna be hard to find help. That night, I was tossing and turning in my bed. I couldn't sleep, so I looked up the cult online, and I found that thousands of people were actually believing in this one guy who claims to be Satan incarnate. The more blood they offer, the closer they are to salvation. What does that mean? Does that imply that if they murder someone in cold blood, they will be rewarded? When I was finally able to sleep, I was abruptly awakened at around 3 in the morning to the sound of chanting outside my window. I look out, and there, far in the dark, there's a small group of people just standing there, mumbling words I didn't know. They were just standing there, watching me, waiting for something. I noticed that they also had a white bandage on their fingers. Then, I heard footsteps. They were inside my house, in my living room. I rushed out and I called for my mom. Then, I saw it. A thick pool of blood on the floor. Just outside my mom's door, there was a streak of blood all the way from my mom's room to the front door, which was wide open. I ran out and saw in the dark a van quickly moving away. I ran and I ran as fast as I could, but I just couldn't catch up, dialing the police on my phone at the same time. When they arrived a while later, we searched the house together. My mom was gone. My brother was too. His room was all but empty. The laptop, the notebook, everything missing. I firmly believe that these freaks took my mom. Who knows what they have done to her? Did they use her for some blood ritual? I don't even want to think about it. I'm now sitting here at the police station. The policeman is questioning me as if I was a person of interest. He was telling me that they found me searching for the blood cult on YouTube. How dare they accuse me? But then, it became clear to me what was going on, and I was absolutely horrified when I realized it. The policeman had a white bandage on his fingers. Actually, everyone in the room has bandages on their fingers, and they are now surrounding me.